Welcome back, students. Today we will discuss about our new topic, electrical susceptibility. And in previous lecture we have discussed about the dielectrics and their polarization. So let's start the the electrical susceptibility. Suppose we have a dielectric and it is placed in an external electric field E. Suppose this is our positively charged plate and this one is our negatively charged plate, and this is our dielectric. Okay, this is our dielectric. Suppose this dielectric when placed in the external electric field, if the external electric field is not too large, if the external electric field is not too large, then the polarization produced in the dielectric, is directly proportional to the electric field. Okay, so we can write the polarization produced E directly proportional to the electric field, and when we remove the proportionality symbol, we have two constants. One is epsilon naught, that is electrical permittivity, and another is G, which is known as the electrical susceptibility. Electrical susceptibility. Electrical susceptibility of the dielectric. So from there we can write G is equals to P divided by epsilon naught times electric field. So from there we can define electrical susceptibility. It is defined as the ratio of the polarization to the epsilon naught times electric field applied. Okay, so this is our electrical susceptibility of the dielectric. And now we will discuss a very important relation between dielectric constant and electrical susceptibility. Okay, the relation between dielectric constant kappa and electrical susceptibility G. Let's discuss about that one. Relation between dielectric constant kappa and electrical susceptibility G. Okay, we have already discussed that if an dielectric is placed in the external electric field, then the electric field inside the electric field inside a dielectric is equals to E, and E will be equals to E naught. E naught is the applied electric field minus EP. EP is the electric field due to polarization of the dielectric. Okay, EP is the electric field due to polarization of the dielectric, and we can write EP is equals to sigma P by epsilon naught. See here, sigma P is known as the surface charge density due to polarization in the dielectric, and we know that the surface charge density due to polarization is equals to polarization density, that is P, and here epsilon naught remains the same. We have already discussed in case of polarization that polarization is equals to sigma P, because polarization is equals to net dipole moment per unit volume, and when we solve this will equals to Q by A, and it will be equals to sigma P. So from there P is equals to sigma P, or we can say the polarization density P is equals to surface charge density due to polarization. Okay, so from there we have the electric field between inside the dielectric due to polarization is equals to P by epsilon naught. When we put this value in the above equation, we have E is equals to E naught minus P by epsilon naught, and also we have discussed that P is equals to epsilon naught times G E. When we use this equation, there we have E is equals to E naught minus epsilon naught times susceptibility times P by epsilon naught. Epsilon naught will cancel out each other, then E will be equals to E naught minus G times P. Okay, sorry, G times E. This is our electric field E. Okay, dividing this equation both sides by E, we have, if you divide the both sides by E, we have E will cancels out there. We have 1 is equals to E naught by E minus G, and we know that the ratio of electric field in the free space to the electric field in medium is known as dielectric constant. So from there we can write 1 is equals to kappa minus susceptibility G, or kappa is equals to 1 plus G. Okay, this is the relation between dielectric constant kappa and electrical susceptibility. Okay, now we will discuss about a term which is known as the dielectric strength. Dielectric strength is different for different dielectrics, and it is defined as the maximum amount of electric field that can exist inside a dielectric without violating or without vanishing its dielectric properties, okay, or its insulating properties. So it is so given by its SI unit is volt per meter. Let's discuss the definition of dielectric strength. Dielectric strength, it is defined as the maximum amount of electric field that can exist in a dielectric without vanishing its insulating properties. Okay, the maximum amount of electric field that can exist inside a dielectric without vanishing its insulating properties is known as dielectric strength, and it is different for different dielectrics. Suppose we are taking the case of air. In case of air, the dielectric constant is 1, but the dielectric strength is infinity. Similar is in case of vacuum. In case of vacuum, the dielectric constant is 1 and the dielectric strength is infinity, and in case of air it is 1.00054 and its dielectric strength is 0.8. Okay, so let's move towards the next topic. Now we have to find out the capacitance of a capacitor with dielectric slab. In the previous lectures we have discussed about the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, and in that case the between the plates we have free space, or we can say the vacuum is present there, but now there in the case of dielectric we have a parallel plate capacitor and the space between the plates is filled with a dielectric. Okay, let's see. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor with dielectric slab. dielectric slab. Let's first consider a parallel plate capacitor. Suppose this is these are the plates of the parallel plate capacitor. This is positively charged plate and this one is negatively charged plate, and the space, the separation between the plates is capital D, small d, sorry. And suppose that we have a dielectric slab, of thickness T between the plates. Between the plates, as we put the dielectric slab, outside the plates electric field is from positive to negative. Okay, this is the direction of electric field present between the plates of the capacitor, and due to polarization this surface acquires negative charge and this surface acquires positive charge. Then the direction outside the dielectric slab remains same. This direction remains same, but here is the electric field due to polarization is in opposite direction due to electrical polarization of the dielectric slab. If we want to represent the net electric field inside the dielectric, it will be equals to E, and suppose there the electric field is E naught. E naught is the applied electric field, and inside the dielectric the electric field is E is equals to E naught applied minus electric field due to polarization, E naught minus EP. Okay, we note that the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor without dielectric slab is equals to, I am writing the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor without any dielectric or conducting slab by C naught, and it will be equals to epsilon naught A by D, epsilon naught A by D, and the electric field E is equals to electric field E naught between the plates when there is no dielectric, and it will be equals to sigma by epsilon naught. It will be equals to sigma by epsilon naught. But when the dielectric is placed between the plates of the capacitor, then the potential can be written as the potential between the plates of the capacitor will be equals to, I am writing it by V, and V will be equals to the electric field E naught times D minus D. We have to check the electric field E naught. Okay, E naught electric field is present only in this region and in this region. Here the electric field between the dielectric is E, and E naught is the electric field, the space outside the dielectric, and the space outside the dielectric can be written by, if we subtract T thickness from D, then we have a region where the electric field E naught is present. Okay, so we can write E naught into D minus T, because E naught electric field is only in the D minus T thickness. Okay, now plus E electric field is present in T thickness, E into T. Okay, E into T. So this is the potential between the plates of the capacitor when a dielectric slab is inserted between them. So if we put the value of E here by using the definition of dielectric constant, we know that the value dielectric constant kappa is equals to E naught by E. Then it implies kappa E will be equals to E naught by kappa. Okay, we can use this relation in the above equation. Then the potential will be equals to V will be equals to E naught into D minus T plus E naught by kappa times T. Okay, E naught by kappa times T. So this is the potential between the plates, and now we have to find out the capacitance, and we know that the capacitance C is equals to Q upon V. So we have to find the value of charge here also, and the value of charge is equals to electric field due to polarization. E is equals to this one, E naught. Here we have the value of E naught, and E naught is equals to sigma by epsilon naught, and the sigma is the surface charge density. It will be equals to Q charge per unit area. So we can write charge upon area A here. Okay, E naught can be taken as common from there. So V is equals to E naught into D minus T plus T by kappa, plus T by kappa. When we put the value of Q here, sorry, electric field E naught here, then we have V is equals to Q by epsilon naught A into D minus T plus T by kappa. D minus T plus T by kappa. Okay. And we can write capacitance C is equals to Q by V. So C will be equals to C. We can write from there Q upon V will be equals to V is cross multiplied here, and the other terms will go towards the right side. Epsilon naught A divided by D minus T plus T by kappa. Okay, here Q by V represents the capacitance C. So this is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor when a dielectric slab is inserted between the plates. Here the T is the thickness of the dielectric slab, and D is the space available between the plates. Okay. Now we have to discuss a special case. If the space between the plates of the capacitor is fully filled with the dielectric. Here is the case when the thickness of the dielectric slab is equals to when T is equals to D. Thickness of the dielectric slab is equals to the space available between the plates of the capacitor. Then the capacitance will be equals to C will be equals to epsilon naught A by D minus T. I am writing in place of T D minus D plus D by kappa. D cancels out each other and kappa goes towards the numerator. So we have kappa times epsilon naught A by D, and epsilon naught A by D is the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor without any dielectric. So here we have the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor C is equals to kappa times C naught. Kappa times C naught. It means when a dielectric slab is inserted between the plates of the capacitor, its capacitance increases kappa times. From there we can also define our dielectric constant kappa as C by C naught. Kappa is equals to C by C naught. It means that the dielectric constant is defined as the capacitance with dielectric is defined as the ratio of capacitance with dielectric to the capacitance without the dielectric. So guys, this is all about our capacitance of parallel plate capacitor with dielectric slab. Hope you guys understand this topic. Thank you.